Hi community, Mr. Steinauer here. I hope you're all doing well. This activity is going to require a couple things first. You're going to need a piece of paper or something to write on and something to write with. I would recommend more than one color if you've got it. So pencils, colored pencils, pens, crayons, markers, whatever will do just fine. Make sure that it's easy to write with though. If you don't have those materials already, pause this video and then come back when you've got them. All right, so you're back, you've got your paper, you've got something to write with. Now, what I did, I turned my paper instead of vertically, I turned it so that it was kind of horizontal. And then I drew a line across and two lines down. So we're splitting it into three different groups. This first group, this column, we're going to write something that we already know, something you already know. In the second column, you're going to write something that you still want to know, and you're going to fill this space with something that you still want to know. Up here, for this final column, something that I already learned, and then you're going to fill this section of the column with something that you learned this year. So I'm going to model my own thinking, and then you'll do the same thing at home with your piece of paper. Something I know now. Something that's moving is going to keep moving until something makes it stop. An object in motion will stay in motion unless something makes it stop. So I'm going to write that. Something will stay in motion until something makes it stop. That's something that I now know, or I know now. Now a second thing, I'll take a moment. A second thing that I know now is that there are many kinds of energy. Energy can change different things into different states of matter. Sound energy, light energy, heat energy, kinetic energy, and chemical energy as well. Something that I still want to know, something that I still am wondering about. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. One thing that I still want to know is what are underground habitats like? We didn't really talk about that this year very much, and there are all kinds of things that live underground. But that's something maybe I'll think about to try to learn about this summer. What are underground habitats like? And just like I did here, by the way, you can add more than one thing. And it's especially fun if you've got more than one color to write in, to add those things in each column. So if there was more that you still want to know, and there certainly is more that I still want to know, then I could keep going and going in this column. Something that I learned this year. So we might think that something that I know now and something that I learned are the same because you know things that you've learned. But this year was a time where you might have thought one thing, and then now you actually think a little differently about it because of what you've learned. So when we learn something, our ideas change. So think of something, and I will do the same. I'll think of something that helped me to kind of change my idea, something that I learned that was brand new to me. Something that I learned this year, the materials we use are important. Now that's something that I would like to think I already kind of knew. I already knew it was important to be safe with materials, but this year really taught me, as I am now managing a science lab instead of just working in a science lab, and this year really taught me that it's important that we all have the right amount of what we need and that the tools we're using are actually good for what we're doing. Sometimes the tools we use are just the tools we have. But in the science lab, it's important, and I learned this year, it's important that the materials we use fit what we need. So this is a little bit of my KW chart, some things that I know now, some things that I still want to know, and something that I learned as well. Complete your own KWL chart if you haven't started already along with me, and send it to me by flyer or by email, and share it with a loved one. I hope you all have a great last week of school, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care.